Hello and good day to you, algebra student. It's been a hot minute since I've made a video. This feels weird. Okay, cool. So today we're looking at notes for 4-14. This is an algebra lesson, linear piecewise equations. So a piecewise equation, just to get some definitions in there for you, is simply just an equation that is made up of multiple equations. You'll see, as in some of our examples here, they use those fancy little set brackets to show that y could be equal to multiple things depending on the situation. And so going off of that, hence the name piecewise, what these things do is they take pieces. It takes pieces from each equation. And when I say each equation, you could see two or more. Mostly you're going to run into two different equations, but there will be some incidents where we see ones with three. Okay, so an equation that's made up of multiple equations, it takes pieces from each equation. And just a little extra thing to add in there, it gives you quote unquote rules for when to use each piece. Okay. And in this intro video, we'll also take a look at the steps for success if you are a steps kind of a person. If not, then that's cool too. So the first step, and again, these will make more sense. We'll go through them again as we do an example. But first thing you're going to start with is you're going to be making a table for each piece of the given function. So like in this example one here, you can see we have two pieces. That means you're going to have two tables. If you had three pieces, you would have three tables. And when you're making that table, make sure you use your calculator to help. Okay, so step 2 is to start and end these table with the given intervals. You're going to be given, like I said, those rules about when to use each equation. And those intervals are talking about x values. And those will look something like, number less than x and or less than or equal to another number, talking about x values. While you're doing these tables, make sure you're paying attention to the inequalities, making note of which ones get open circles versus closed circles. Remember, the inequalities were on green. Open circles are going to be those just plain less thans and just plain greater thans, not the ones with the lines underneath it. And the closed circles are going to be if they have those lines underneath it, if they are or equal to. Step 4, you're going to fill in the tables using your equation/calculator. Calculator would be working smarter instead of harder. Remember, to get to that table, you're pressing second and then the graph button. And then last but not least, you just have to plot your points and make your graphs. You should have multiple pieces. Just a little note. Should have multiple pieces. Sometimes they'll connect, sometimes they won't. It depends on the situation. All right, we'll take a look at example 1 next.